afternoon, everyone. All right, Nissan Murano coming today. Now, this is an alternator at another shop, but not only the alternator was damaged, it actually melted the plug down there. Oh, where those three coloured wires are, I can't show, but the alternator plug has been melted together. Now, it's got I don't think it's a new plug. I think they've just repinned it and put the wires back in. First things first. Have checked, obviously battery's not charging. I've checked the wires are in the right spot, so this is our diagram here. Alternator, pin 3, 5 and 4. If we go across to our alternator pin out, which is here. 3 is brown, which it is. 4 is yellow and black, which it is. And then 5 is light blue, which it is. Now, you've got the right wires and the right pins down there. Next thing for us to check is our alternator input. So 12 volt yellow and black, which I've already checked, it is fine. And a ground through the alternator when it isn't charging on the brown wire, which we do have because the battery light is on. Now the reason for that, I'll show you. Battery light's on. What you'll see on brown wire here, number 3, with a combination meter, which is the instrument cluster with an LED here. So the instrument cluster LED gets fed 12 volts constant and then grounded by the alternator when there's no charge. So that wire down through here, through the alternator is all good. What we need to check now is we need to check our main voltage feed, and we need to check the control wire from this IPDM. So that's the intelligent power distribution module in the engine bay. Now, that wire here goes to pin number 76. As you can see, I'm pinned in there. It's that blue wire right there. Now, from here, what you'll see, and this is what's interesting on this, right? I've got this command on at 11%. So the IPDM can control the alternator. It's at 11%. So I take that out of there, wiggle this out here, and go into our harness up here. There we go. So that proves that wiring's good up to there. When this cools down a bit later, I will get down there and check with the actual pin, but that proves that our IPDM command can be good. But if we exit out of this, let's go back. What you'll find is that the IPDM has no output signal, just a constant 5 volts. So it is not happy with that alternator. It won't control it. Now from here, I'm going to check battery voltage down at the alternator, obviously. Make sure that's good. All our fusible links are good, and I have put a high amp test light on the alternator casing, and the ground is good. All right, just to show, that torch is going to kill it, but that does light a test light. So considering that main alternator cable's all good, front to back, our 3 wires down there are good. I will still check pin fitment because I cannot get my hand down there right now. It's way too hot. But considering those 3 wires are good, we do have a command when it's commanded on. We've got a good ground for the dash light. We've got a good constant feed down there. That alternator should charge. Now, as to why that IPDM is not charging, I'm assuming, that IPDM is not getting a signal, sending a signal, a command signal. I'm assuming that's because it's not seeing any increase in charge rate on initial startup. It's just seeing low battery voltage. It is setting fault, so it's probably shutting that circuit off. So what we're going to do is we're going to recommend the customer installs a genuine alternator and go from there, because that IPDM does have the capacity to control that alternator. It isn't because of, I'm assuming, a startup voltage issue and the fact the fault setting. There's no other codes, there's no other wires in the circuit. Alternator is essentially just a constant battery feed, a block ground, which obviously is fine. Load tested, ground through alternator is okay on that pin for the dash light. Alternator is not charging, and we do have control when this is commanded on. So that's where it's going to go. We'll see what happens after that, and I'll keep everyone updated if we ever see it again. All right, and just because if I don't show it, some banana will put in the comments that we haven't checked the battery feed. There's your yellow and black 12 volt feed from a 15 amp fuse over there, constant, all good.